Kia ora, Chris Parkin here, and I'm a tutor for the New Zealand Diploma of Photography, or NZDP, and this is going to be an introductory video for NZDP 100 and 101, and also cover some of the frequently asked questions, where to find things and how to find, how to navigate your way around Blackboard. And we'll cover how to log into Blackboard, help desk, where to find your study guides and the material each week, and your assignments and tasks, justification sheets, which is one of the assignment parts of the assignments, getting an extension if you're sick and or something's happened in your life, where to find the readings and what to do if you find a broken link within those readings, your email signature, and how to find your feedback. So we'll start off with how to actually get into Blackboard. Most of you, the first time you're going in, will start through the SIT page. Of course you can bookmark things later, but you should be able to click on the Blackboard function and it will take you straight into Blackboard. Now this entry page may change over time, but the one piece that you'll be looking for is your courses, which are the ones you're enrolled in. As a tutor it does look a little bit different, but hopefully this will still help you navigate. So we're going to go into intake 2 NZDP, and the first thing I'm going to do is change things so that I can see the student preview, which will make things look a little bit more like what you're going to see. So this is your introductory page, and it does give you a bit of a decent landing as to what you need to know, and the first thing is email your facilitator. Now it says within the first 2 weeks of the intake, but in reality we really need you doing that within the first week and as soon as possible, basically to make sure that we've got contact with you and that we know you're on board. If you don't contact us within those first 2 weeks, then you can be withdrawn, or faculty withdrawn from the course, so that is important to do. You need to be sending your emails through your student email address. You can set stuff up to, or your emails up to, forward to your personal email address, and there is information about how to do that, but you should be sending your information from to your tutor from the SIT email. Probably the biggest thing that you need to get hold of now is this 0800 number, which is for the help desk. So if you're struggling to log on for some reason, or having issues, then that's the first port of call with technical side of things. And I would recommend that you write the phone number down now so that you have it. Obviously if you can't log on to Blackboard, then finding the 0800 number is a bit difficult later. So it's 0800 748 435, 0800 748 435, or you can email the help desk at sit.ac.nz. The accessing your files, almost all of them are going to be in PDF format, except for the JPEG files that you're going to be working on. So if you don't already have a PDF reader, you will want to make sure that you get that, and your assignment information is there. We do need to make sure you're doing APA referencing, and there is copyright information that you need to comply with for NZDP 101, and we'll go into that in more detail as we go there. So okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is click on, that's the welcome page. The program page is not going to let me do it because I'm a tutor. Great. The other place that you'll be wanting to check is the announcements page. Now this is where if you've got tutors sending out feedback or emails, then they will come up in the announcements. Often we'll also email them out to you at the same time, but if you're looking for something that you know your tutors sent out as an announcement, that's where you'll be looking to find things. Now we'll go into the course materials next, because that's where we find the majority of our work. There's some information on how to purchase Creative Cloud if you don't already have it. I say purchase, it is a hire basically. There's also the paper descriptor, which gives you a breakdown of what the paper is and how many credits it is. That's a relatively dry one and not that useful. Probably the more useful option is the schedule. which tells you when the assignments are, and it's just on a single page. Now most of that is actually going to be in your week 1 study guide, and so if you click on week 1, grab your study guide, it's going to open it as a PDF. You may well want to actually right click if you're in Chrome and save as, and that will allow you to download the file and be able to go through and come back to it at any stage when you need to. It goes through and tells you how many hours of study that you're supposed to be doing per week per paper, so the expectation is about 10 hours for each of your courses. So if you're taking 4 papers, you're looking at a full 40-hour week. And it also goes into the type of credits that you're doing. Minimum requirements, we do expect you to have a minimum of CS5, although most people will be using Photoshop CC now, and Lightroom is useful, but it is not required. Tripods also very much recommended, particularly for, well, for both. It's recommended for 101, it's required for 100. So there is a recommended textbook, but it is optional, and most of the readings we'll get to it shortly. You can actually access via Blackboard and links. So there's a bit more of an introduction as to the grades and ratings. Please note that late submission of work, you will incur a penalty of 20% per day if you haven't got an extension prior. If there are extenuating circumstances that mean that you haven't been able to get an extension prior, you can apply for that, but we're going to need proof like a medical certificate, etc. Here's the course schedule. Again, that's basically what you've already seen with the schedule, but integrated into the one PDF. There's also some more information about APA referencing. If you want some help with that, there is more information on the library's website about how to do APA referencing, and that's quite important, as is ensuring that you're not just that you're using information that is correctly copyrighted. Most of the time you'll be given the files that you need to use, but for 1 or 2 of the assignments you can download information from the internet or download images from the internet, but you do need to make sure that they've got Creative Commons copyright. Of course, we'd strongly encourage you to use your own images anyway. The image sizing and formatting and information is here, and you're going to be resizing to 1500 pixels on the longest edge, and there should be a video tutorial about how to actually do your resizing already, as well as the image calibration, so I'm not going to go into that too much. In terms of your readings, most of the readings are live links, so if you click on the link, it will take you to the website with the readings, and that's so that you can see the latest updated reading. It also means that where you've got functionality, that's the downside, you do get pop-ups, where you've got functionality of the reading and you can actually see the change. Some of these websites will give you interactive areas, and that means that they're actually going to work for you. If we just gave you the links or gave you a PDF with them, then they would not. So yeah, if you find one of those links that is broken, then please email your tutor and they will pass that information on to the admin people at SIT, and they will put the PDF up so you can actually still get into the readings, but for the most part you are looking at these as direct links to websites. Okay, so the next thing we probably need to know is your task for this week. Is going to be a fairly simple one. It's basically making sure that the lines of communication are open and that you know how to upload things to Blackboard and also to the discussion board. Excuse me, I'm still getting over a cold. So there's some more reading about what you need to be able to do. And oh, actually, nope, come back to that one later. So with the discussion board, you should find a link on here. Simply click on the discussion board link, and then for task 1 you can click on the task and I'm hoping that this is going to behave itself. That's interesting. Hang on a second. Sorry, I was just double checking that it was actually giving me the correct version. So what you're going to do is you're going to click Create Thread. You can one of the first things you're doing is an introduction to yourself, and so you can write, you can put that as the title. However, some of the other times that you'll need to do it, you'll need to be doing uploading an image for the task. So it might just be your title may well be My Images, or the assignment number. Each of the discussion board tasks do come up in a different location, and they are marked. They're marked on participation, so do make sure that you upload them in the right place so that we can mark them correctly. So as we are in NZDP 101, which is the Photoshop paper, it's going to be my week 1 edit that you're uploading, and to insert the image so that everybody can see it, use the insert/edit image option rather than the insert file. If you insert file, people will have to actually click on the file to be able to see what's going on. So click on that icon, click on Browse My Computer, and then let's go to my pictures, and I'll just grab something. Hang on a sec, I'm going to find a useful file. So your file name already should be looking something like this, 101-1 for the week, or 101-A for when it's the assignment, and then it's going to be surname and first name. And click on OK, and click on Insert, and it should pop up as an image within the message. So when you upload that, it's going to actually be viewable for multiple people, and obviously for NZDP 100 you've got 4 images that you will need to do for this week, and for week 1 for NZDP 100 you're going to be uploading them. In fact, let's go to NZDP 100. Excuse me, my cat is saying hello in the background. Student preview again. So for NZDP 100 you're going to be uploading them to the discussion board activity 1 for starters, and you're also going to be uploading them to the assignment. And the assignment 1 is so that your tutor can actually give you feedback on this. So click on for images resizing, and it will bring you up into the submission. Now this is one that I've already actually uploaded images for, so we'll show you. We'll do this a little bit backwards, in that if you're wanting to see your feedback on this, you click on this box here and it should come up View Rubric, and it will come up with a rubric which is telling you what you got right and what you didn't. And obviously I stuffed up entirely because I didn't resize mine correctly, and I didn't name them correctly because these are my camera club photos and I forgot to rename them. Naughty me. So do make sure that you get that right. Your tutor will probably give you some other feedback on the images and the aesthetics for week 1, but the real key for week 1 is to make sure that you can do this upload, and also to make sure that you've got a baseline so you know what you started out like and how you can improve. So with this one, you click Browse My Computer. Obviously we're going to pick up not 101's files but 100. Click OK, and you can attach multiple files that way. And then you can also upload or add your comments. If it's an assignment, then you've also got the justification document that will need to get uploaded as a JPEG. That justification document only goes for assignments. If you want to have a practice filling one of those out for the first couple of tasks, then you're welcome to, but we're not expecting you to do that yet. And the reason for that is you actually need to learn some of the terminology before you can actually start doing the justification. So it's a bit mean expecting you to do it in week 1. as we go through the course, you'll learn about composition, you'll learn about lighting and exposure, and be able to explain that. But yeah, for doing that for week 1, it's a bit rough. And then click submit, and it will upload. And the current system is that you should actually get an email saying that you've uploaded something as well. If you don't, then do double check with help desk, although it might be that they change the system again and we stop having those. If that happens, I'll try and put a note on the video so that you know that that's changed. Okay, so the next thing was extensions, which we've kind of already covered. No, we've already covered that. What to do if you find a broken link, we've covered that in the readings. Email signature. So this email signature goes on to all of your emails to your tutors, and the reason that we have it here is if something goes wrong and you're emailing your tutor, we need to know what your camera is, what your editing software is, what computer you're using, and most importantly what paper you're actually doing, because people forget to tell us that information, what it's related to, what the question is related to. So by having that as an email signature, it does speed up our response times. Different tutors will have different ways of being able to help you, but for me personally, if you get stuck with something, sending a screenshot of the issue, particularly if it's a Photoshop thing, really helps me identify what's going on. And particularly with Photoshop, is you can have the wrong layer selected or the wrong order, and trying to describe that and make sure that I know exactly what you're looking at. The easiest way of doing that is definitely a screenshot. So yeah, hopefully that's everything. I'll just scan back through. I think yeah, we're pretty much good on that one. So I hope you really enjoy the course, and I hope you learn heaps, and yeah, have fun with it. And remember, if your tutor is there for asking questions of, you've also got that discussion board, so you can actually build a relationship with your fellow students. And I think those discussion boards can be quite good fun to actually build that relationship up with other people. It can be a little bit lonely sitting at a computer desk, studying at the opposite ends of the country. In fact, for some students it's opposite ends of the world, and at least with those discussion boards you can share your own ideas and commiserate if you're struggling with something, but if you are stuck on something, make sure that you email your tutor. That is what we're there for. Alright, enjoy it. Cheers.